Hi, I am Misha and this is my first time in Willingen. Willingen is a small city with a population of roughly 6,500 and it is located at the very northwest of Hessia, close to the border of Northrine Westphalia. It is a very popular tourist destination with more than 1 million overnight stays per year. The tourism is aiming for people that are seeking a short getaway of 2 or 3 nights. I guess I was the perfect candidate staying in town for 3 nights myself, looking for some activity as well as some relaxation. I have compiled my stay in a short list of 10 things that you could or should do in case you visit Willingen yourself. Let's start with the main attraction. The Ettelsberg. The Ettelsberg is a small mountain, 838 meters high. It offers a great view on bright days. You can either choose a lift to take you up to the peak or you hike all the way. On its peak, the Ettelsberg possesses a tower named Hochheideturm. This tower was opened in 2002. It is 59 meters high and the entrance is free. The small plateau of the Ettelsberg has got an artificial lake. The water of that lake is used for making snow in winter. The area is very popular with winter sports, but as I have been to Willingen in summer, I will neglect those winter activities. Instead, a summer activity that has its start right at the peak of Ettelsberg is the next one. Mountain biking. I don't know much about mountain biking, but the infrastructure looked quite nice. On the lift, I spoke to a man with his mountain bike. He bought a half-day pass. Within that half-day, he can use the lift up to the peak as often as possible before he rides down the Ettelsberg on his bike. He told me it's fun, but also quite exhausting. At the peak, there are different paths to choose from. For beginners, there's also a mini track downtown next to the visitor center. Hiking. I am a huge fan of hiking, but I must admit that the terrain around Willingen is not my cup of tea. However, if you're of a better constitution and you're not minded by the hilly terrain, you will find a huge number of routes and I think you will be rewarded with great nature, being it plants, animals, or just the atmosphere. I took a small hike from the peak of Ettelsberg towards the next attraction, the Mühlenkopfschanze. Feeling like a ski jumper. The only time that I had ever heard of Willingen before I visited the city was occasionally in winter when the annual ski jumping event took place. I used to follow the sport a lot on television when I was a kid, but the only time that I ever attended an event in person is a long time ago. So I was really stunned by the dimensions of the Mühlenkopfschanze. The hill is incredibly steep and it takes a while to get from A to B. If you're coming from Ettelsberg, you will arrive right underneath the ski jump. You may even use the elevator that the ski jumpers use in winter and have the same view as they do. And if you can't get enough of heights and spectacular views, you're a candidate for the next landmark. The Skywalk. The Skywalk is basically a suspension bridge for pedestrians that stands out because of its length and the location that offers an unobstructed view on the environment. According to the official website, it is 665 meters long and weighs 120 tons. 700 people may use the bridge at the same time. Personally, I skipped the skywalk because there was no need for me to go to the other end, and I wanted to save the 11 euros that it currently costs to access the bridge. Kneipism.
Well, that was kind of exhausting walking all the way down from the hill. I'm glad that up towards the peak I could make use of the lift. But yeah, my legs are a little bit sore, so it comes in quite handy that there is a basin with cool or cold water and quite relaxing for the legs, I guess.
And not only for the legs. There's also a basin for your arms and hands. The use of water to cure certain illnesses or to make you feel more healthy is called hydrotherapy or Kneipism after Sebastian Kneipp. There are several basins in town, and there is a Kneippverein, which is a society dedicated to Kneipism in Willingen. Playing minigolf. I absolutely love mini golf, and in Willingen you can not just only play mini golf, but adventure golf. And this is because there is artificial lawn that you will play on, and it is also because of some of very unusual obstacles like water or stones. Unfortunately, I did not have the time to play on this course, but it's definitely one of the reasons that I would love to come back to the city. Eating and drinking. Well, I thought a little bit whether I should put this one on the list or not, but overall the food was quite good and the prices were still decent. This is the advantage of a tourist destination. You got a lot on offer, like food from the Alps, or you will find an Italian bistro that in this case is inside of an old church. You can pick Bavarian food, or you can try beer from the Willinger Brauhaus, for example. The Kurpark.
I have reached the Kurpark or the Spa Park of Willingen. It's located in the very center of the city. We're just a few steps away from the main street, from the high street, and it's quite idyllic here. I don't know if you can hear the sound of a little creek going by. There are some flowers, some plants here. I will show you the footage. It's quite warm, actually hot today. We're at about 27 or 28 degrees Celsius already in September, and I guess this is why it's pretty quiet here in this city.
Summer toboggan. There were a few candidates for the last remaining spot, like the high rope course, the public swimming pool, and the indoor ice rink. But I picked the summer toboggan, last but not least, because I rode it myself. You're pulled up the hill for like 2 minutes, maybe. And this guy, for example, it's one of the last bands, so he's not that fast anymore. But if you're a bit talented, you can reach up to 50 kilometers per hour, I think. So it's quite fast and it's quite fun.
The sun is low and the day is coming to an end, so is this video. I hope you enjoyed my little tour and learned something about the city of Willingen. For me, it's time to say goodbye for now, and I hope to see you soon again. Take care. Cheers.